Welcome back. This is part 2 of my review of the Ultimate Works Luke Hero Lightsaber from the Pach Store. I did the unboxing in the last video. It's been a couple of weeks now. I had probably a solid week of playing with stuff, which I'll get to a bit later on in the video. So I'm probably going to do this in 2 parts. The first part, I'm just going to run through the sound fonts, the colors and everything that I've got on here. I'll put the blade in, I'll do another run through. And then the second half of the video, I think I'll just dissect some of the problems that I had and some of the things that I needed to do to fix it up to make it the lightsaber that I wanted to use. Doesn't mean you guys have to do this or have to do what I did at all. It's just some of the things that just annoyed me a little bit. It's a lightsaber, it's not for me. I didn't want all the noises and the sounds and all that sort of stuff. So second half of the video will run through what I did. But all right, let's give it a run. I'll just do some sound fonts and then we'll put the blade in. Standard boot. The LED random flickerings, great effect.
I'm a Jedi, like my father before me.
Sound font, the smooth swing. It's very cool. Still loud. Talk about the volume later. I made some changes to how it came out from the store. Okay. This one didn't come from the out of the box. This is Luke's saber from Bespin.
Impressive. Most impressive.
This one also didn't come out of the box. Classic Vader. I don't know why that one wasn't pre-installed on the soundboard, but anyway.
This party's over.
Some of those sound fonts are just very cool, especially with the smooth swing.
I'll show you the dark side.
Gotta have a Kylo Ren. The blade, when it's going, just looks fantastic. This is not the best Kylo Ren sound font I've heard on sabers. Still pretty cool though.
Hello there.
Gotta have an Obi-Wan.
Missed me.
There are some movie effects still on here.
I know Jedi.
Gotta have the Ahsoka. Classic white blade.
Power off.
So that's where I've got to at the moment. I think I've got about 7. I think that was 7. I'll probably load on some more fonts over the next coming weeks, but I just wanted those classic sound fonts to start with. So when I can have a play in the lounge room, or when people come over, I can show them what the lightsaber does and can do and all that sort of stuff. I'll probably load on the Palpatine sound font and a couple of others. There's some funky ones. Play around with a few more colors. But all right, let me throw the blade in. I'll show you what the colors look like. And what we need is our little Allen key that comes supplied. And so to take the blade plug out, you'll see a couple of screws here and here. We just want to undo those a little bit, take out the blade plug, which is quite a cool, fairly weighty plug actually. Allows the colors to shine through of the blade, obviously. So with the Pach Store Ultimate Work Sabers, you get a 36-inch blade. It's probably too long. Looking at other saber companies, they give you options to get shorter blades or longer blades. When you have this in your hand, it just feels a bit long. It just feels a bit too long, a bit too weighty. For me anyway, personally, I'd probably go down to a 32-inch. I reckon that'd be a good weight, good size, and for any further lightsabers that I get, not from the Pach Store, I'll be getting that size. So here we go, our NeoPixel basically just goes in there. I found you have to push it down a little bit. It has a little bit of a play. So you can insert the blade and then push it down just slightly, so it makes good connection. Now we just do up our little screws to hold the blade in place. Being a thin neck blade, the blade, thin neck saber, the blade only sits in a tiny amount. So you don't want to duel with this. You don't want a heavy duel with it. Even swinging it around, it still feels, the hilt feels fine, but the blade, I don't know if you can hear that, it sort of is a little bit wobbly. People have wrapped tape around the bottom of the blade to let it sit in a bit more solidly, which is an option, because you always feel like you're tightening these things. You don't want to over tighten them, but you don't want to under tighten them either. All right, so we have our blade in, and as you can see, there we go, super long, 36 inches. So as you can see, the blade's super long, even in this standard size bedroom. It's quite difficult to actually get the blade completely in shot. But what we'll do is we'll turn out the light and we'll launch it. Just muted it. The effects are actually quite really loud, louder than the blade is. So I need to adjust that volume. The blaster shots bolts are really cool, and the lockup. So here's the loop from Bespin, Emperor Strikes Back.
Most impressive.
This looks so good. Hopefully the camera is picking it up, because this just looks brutal on camera. In the room, sorry. classic Vader. Just sounds amazing. Has a slight flicker which I've put in onto the blade effects, which I'll detail a little bit later. I just love when this thing ignites. It's awesome. Mace Windu. The purple blade's actually really hard to get the colour right. I need to play around with it a bit more. I don't know how that's showing up on camera, I'll have a look a bit later. But in the room, there's a lot of white to it. So it's just I need to play with the colour settings.
I'll show you the dark side. This is going to be one of the best. Again, the sound font's not that good. Full smooth swing and everything, but you know. Senior Obi-Wan. Movie fonts. Interesting. Have to see where they are. Get rid of them. See, it's actually a really nice white blade. But funnily enough, the blaster bolts are white. So you really can't see anything. I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
And back to the classic Luke. That this hilt, green blade, this hilt. So there you have it. That's my sound fonts, my colors on my Luke Hero Ultimate Works lightsaber. Out of the box, I wasn't that impressed. The quality, awesome. The quality is great. The sound fonts and blade effects, oh man, it was just, I had a few issues. The sound fonts obviously had all of the music, the movie effects all through it. Not a big fan of that. I managed to get rid of those by deleting a lot of files and changing a few files. The blade effects, when I first put the blade in, it had the Obi-Wan setting. Ignite the blade and it was a rainbow color. And the rainbow, you know, it's okay as a gimmick. It's certainly not lightsaber or canon or Star Wars accurate. And I could not change the friggin' setting to turn it to a blue blade. And I found out, reading through the manual, that the blade settings override the color change settings. So, for example, we've got our blade. Let's just turn it on. Now, if you want to change this from a green blade, you press the two buttons. There's one front and back, you press them together,
Color switch.
and we now have a blue blade.
Color switch. Color switch.
This just cycles through the blade colors that you've put in the files or that were in your color settings.
Color switch. Color switch. Color switch. Color switch.
And back to green. Luckily, it actually remembers those settings, so now that I've got it back on green, every time I restart the lightsaber, it will go back to green automatically, and the color settings.
Power off.
It's a bit interesting. They don't have the colors of the blade tied to a sound font or assigned to a sound font. I would have thought, if I was building this, and I have absolutely no skill in that whatsoever, so that's why I haven't done it. And kudos to the guys that actually create these and create the sound fonts and build all the software and the AI to run it and all that sort of stuff. I would have assigned the blade color to the sound font. So when you have the Obi-Wan sound font, you're going to get a blue blade. That's not the case. It probably allows you to change colors and all those sorts of things, but it is a bit annoying. I had an issue where I just could not, every time I restarted it, it kept coming up with a red blade. I can't explain it. I played with the files and eventually got it right. I'll tell you what I did. I don't know if any of those things made a difference. Again, the quality is awesome, but the sound font straight out of the box, and the blade effects, it just, yeah, it was a bit annoying, a bit of work that needed to be done over many hours to get it the way I want my lightsaber, which we'll talk about now. So I said we were going to talk about it now, but I've just had a look at the video that I made. It's gone a bit long, so I'm actually going to cut this now and make that a third video. So look, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. And if you want to see how you edit your lightsaber and sound fonts and blade effects and all that sort of stuff, watch the next video. Thanks everyone.